Welcome to SciTalk. Let's explore the amazing world of rocks. There are three main types of rocks: igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock. What is geological process? Geological process in rocks refers to the dynamic and continuous changes that occur in rock. We have 7 geological processes: cooling, melting, weathering, erosion, deposition, compaction and cementation, heat and pressure. Cooling is the geological process by which the molten rock, either magma or lava, cools and solidifies to form igneous rock. When a magma cools down, intrusive igneous rocks are formed. When a lava cools down, extrusive igneous rock is formed. Next, let us explore the process of melting. Melting is the geological process by which any rock type is brought back to being magma or molten rock. It takes the temperature of 600 to 1000 degrees Celsius to melt a rock. Let's talk about weathering. Weathering is the process of breaking down rocks into smaller pieces called sediments. There are 3 types of weathering. First is mechanical weathering, a process wherein rocks are broken down into smaller pieces without changing their chemical composition due to different temperatures and water. Second is chemical weathering, a process wherein rock materials are changed into other substances that have different physical and chemical compositions. Third is biological weathering, a process where living things, such as insects and roots of the trees, contribute to the disintegration of rock materials. For example, the intense heat causes the rocks to expand and contract, leading them to crack and eventually disintegrate. Let's move on to erosion. Erosion is the simple transportation of sediments. There are 4 types of erosion. First, wind erosion happens when light materials, such as pebbles and sand, are carried away by wind-driven processes to different places. The second one is water erosion, a type of erosion where the water carries the sediment to the different parts of the bodies of water. Third, glacial erosion happens when the ice moves downhill, causing cropping between the ice and the rock. Fourth, soil erosion happens when the topsoil is removed and leaves the soil infertile. It is the movement and transport of soil by various agents. For example, an elephant's footstep breaks the rock into sediments, which are then transported by the wind into bodies of water. Next up is deposition. Deposition is the process by which sediments settle out of water or wind carries it. It is simply the laying down of sediment to its depositional environment or final destination. Let's explore the compaction and cementation. Compaction and cementation is the process in which dissolved minerals and sediment are glued or cemented together. Finally, let's discuss the heat and pressure. Heat and pressure is the geological process that changes the original or parent rock into a new metamorphic rock. Remember the 7 geological processes: cooling, melting, weathering, erosion, deposition, compaction and cementation, heat and pressure. It all starts with igneous rocks. These rocks come from hot, melted lava that cools down and becomes solid. But over time, rain, wind, and rivers break these rocks into tiny pieces. This is called weathering. These tiny pieces, called sediments, travel with water and settle down in rivers and lakes. This is called deposition. Over many years, these layers press together to become sedimentary rocks. But wait, if these rocks go deep underground, the heat and pressure squeeze and change them into metamorphic rocks. And if they get too hot, they melt into magma again. Then, when a volcano erupts, the magma cools and turns into igneous rocks again, starting the cycle all over. Assessment time. Instruction. Choose the letter of the best answer. 1. Lisa hikes near a volcano and picks up a rock that looks shiny and smooth. It was formed when lava cooled down quickly. What type of rock did she find? A. Sedimentary rock. B. Metamorphic rock. C. Igneous rock. D. Fossil rock. 2. Juan watches as the wind blows sand from one place to another at the beach. After some time, the sand settles and forms a small layer. What process is happening? A. Melting. B. Deposition. C. Cooling. D. Heat and pressure. 3. Emily finds a rock near a river. She notices that over time, water and wind have slowly broken it into tiny pieces. What process is responsible for this? A. Weathering. B. Melting. C. Cooling. D. Compaction. 4. Mark digs into the ground and finds a rock with small fossils inside. He knows this rock must have been formed from layers of sediments pressing together. What kind of rock did he find? A. Igneous. B. Sedimentary. C. Metamorphic. D. Lava rock. 5. Deep inside the Earth, Maria learns that some rocks are being squeezed and heated over time. These rocks do not melt, but they change into something new. What type of rock do they become? A. Igneous. B. Sedimentary. C. Metamorphic. D. Magma. 6. A scientist is studying a mountain where sedimentary rocks have turned into metamorphic rocks due to extreme heat and pressure. What will happen if the rocks continue to be heated until they completely melt? A. They will turn into new sedimentary rocks. B. They will become magma. C. They will break into small pieces and form fossils. D. They will become part of the atmosphere. 7. During a field trip, Carlos sees a rock that used to be a sedimentary rock, but has changed due to heat and pressure underground. What kind of rock is it now? A. Sedimentary rock. B. Igneous rock. C. Metamorphic rock. D. Magma. 8. A volcano erupts and releases hot lava. After a few days, the lava cools and hardens into a new rock. What process has taken place? A. Weathering. B. Erosion. C. Deposition. D. Solidification. Cooling. 9. Sophia collects different rocks during her trip. She picks one that looks like it was formed from sand pressing together over millions of years. Which process most likely created this rock? A. Heat and pressure. B. Cooling of magma. C. Compaction and cementation. D. Melting. 10. Brian wants to see the full rock cycle in action. He starts with an igneous rock. Over millions of years, the rock breaks down into small pieces and forms layers. The layers press together to form a new rock. Then, heat and pressure change it again. Finally, it melts deep underground. What is the last step in the cycle before the rock starts over again? A. The melted rock cools and becomes a new igneous rock. B. The rock breaks down into smaller pieces. C. The rock gets buried under more sediment. D. The rock stays the same forever.